A lot of news happening today. Governor Andy Beshear is mandating every Kentuckian to wear a mask.
But first, we're hearing more interviews from police regarding the fatal shooting of Breonna Taylor in her Louisville apartment. WDRB's Scott Reynolds joins us with more on the Public Integrity Unit interviews with the officer who shot and Breonna Taylor's boyfriend.
It was around 12:30 in the morning, March 13th, when Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly and other police served that no-knock warrant at Taylor's apartment. Mattingly said even though the warrant was no knock, they were given verbal instructions to knock, that it was considered a soft target, that they believed Breonna was home alone. Mattingly said after 5 or 6 different knocking episodes over 45 to 60 seconds and yelling police search warrant repeatedly, there was no answer. Then the order to ram down the door. Mattingly says it took 3 tries, and once it opened, he went in and ended up facing Taylor and her boyfriend Kenneth Walker about 20 feet away down a hallway.
And there's the male and a female. The male's closest to the door, so he's to my right. And as I turned the doorway, he's in a stretched out position with his hands with a gun. And as soon as I clear, he fires. Boom. And it was almost like at the shooting range where two things flip at the same time and you got to shoot, no shoot. But I mean, they were like shoulder to shoulder. My mind's going, this ain't right. You know, something's off here. Because all the doors I've made entry in, I've never seen this. As soon as the shot hit, I could feel the heat in my leg. And so I just returned fire. I got 4 rounds off. And it was like simultaneous. It's boom, 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 boom. And then I went back and went down on the side of the door and then reached around. And I think I got 2 more off around the corner of the door. And then I could really feel the blood in my leg, so I reached down and felt it, and my hand was full of blood, and I knew it had hit my femoral at that point.
Mattingly says he was the only officer who fired at that time because the other officers were behind him and would have hit him. He managed to slide out of the apartment and says he later heard more gunfire. Now, for Kenneth Walker's account of what happened, he says Breonna had dozed off after watching TV with him, and there's a loud bang at the door. Walker says Breonna woke up and said, "Who is it?" with no response. Walker says they started putting clothes on, and Breonna shouted at the top of her lungs, "Who is it?" Still no response, he says. So Walker says he grabbed his gun that he was licensed to carry. He says it was unloaded, but he put one in the chamber when he heard that banging at the door.
When we get out of the bed or whatever, like walking towards the door, the door comes off the hinges. So I just let off one shot. Like I still can't see who it is or anything. So now the door's flying open. I let off one shot, and then all of a sudden there's a whole lot of shots, and we both just dropped to the ground, and the gun fell right over there, and I kicked it because I'm scared to death. Now we're seeing lights and stuff, so it's looking like okay, it's the police, and there's a lot of yelling and stuff.
Walker said he fired just that one shot that he considered a warning. "I don't know who's coming through this door. The door just got kicked off the hinges, so I'm scared," he told officers. One shot, boom, and then there were a lot of shots. Walker said he called 911 and Breonna's mom, still not knowing it was police who had entered the apartment. More of these police interviews coming up tonight on our evening news. There are about 2 hours of interviews with Kenneth Walker and Sergeant Mattingly. You can hear it all on our website, WDRB.com. Scott Reynolds, WDRB News.